This is a training video for a machine called the TTB 1840. It's a machine that is made by Numatic, and it is basically a clean water system that you use instead of mopping. So instead of using a mop and bucket, it will basically reduce your mopping time down by at least half to 3/4 of what you would normally do on a normal area. This is a relatively new machine. Some of the older machines that are at the school, slightly different with the charging on the battery. But basically, whenever you leave the TTB 1840, when you've used it, the charge will be down on the battery. So you pop the battery into the charging unit with these modern ones, and once the green light is on there fully, it means that the battery's good to go and good to be used. These new machines tend to last at least 3/4 of an hour to an hour. So if you're getting less than that time on from a machine, it means that something could be wrong with the battery. So it's up to you as the operative to let the supervisor know, and then we will sort another battery out for you. With this particular machine, the battery just slides in just here, as you will see on the bottom. There's a couple of holes there, or a few holes there. You just slide it in, and then it is ready to be used. This can be stored like that for neatness, and also to reduce on the amount of space it takes up in a cleaning cupboard. To actually bring the machine up, you use this lever here like that, and you stand with it at a comfortable height for you. For me, it's just a level with my waist, but for you, it could be even lower down. And when you're using this machine, what you actually do is you actually just walk at normal pace. It's not as if you race along, because if you do, obviously the machine won't do the job that it's meant to do. If you look underneath the machine, on this particular machine, I'm actually using a brush. You can actually use a drive board with a pad. And if it's on a normal corridor, you use a blue pad rather than anything else. But because these are a little bit tougher, I'm going to be using the brushes here on this particular floor, because it's quite a hardy floor. And it's exactly the same as any buffer. You just slide it on, fix it into place, and it's secure. And then you basically go ahead and start using it. Just for your information, this is a blade. This is where the dirty water is sucked up. There's a little hole there, and that's where the dirty water is sucked up. And if these blades are dirty, you will get streaks on the floor. So part of the maintenance on a daily basis is to just run a cloth around there to make sure that it's not dirty, so you don't get streaks on the floor. If you find that the machine's not actually picking up water and you're left with loads of slush on the floor, there's a little tube at the back here that you can basically pull the top off. I'll just take this pad off so I can show you how easy it is. Bring it out here, and if you take that off just there, it's like a little plug. You'll find lots of debris in there. You shouldn't find lots of debris in there, because before you actually clean a floor with this machine, you should vacuum up. So it should be perfect at all times. If you don't vacuum, then you'll have a problem with it and it won't suck the water up. So I'll put this pad back on. So make sure you clean that on a daily basis, so that you know. This is where we put the clean water, and I'll show you how to do this in a minute. We normally pour the clean water through that filter, just in case there's any debris in a bucket that we've used. We don't want that actually going into the main machine. This one has actually got some water in at the moment, just a tiny bit. But down here, there is a filter, an internal filter, and you pop your hand down and you'll see that the internal filter looks like that. It should be perfectly clean. If it's not, you need to actually wash it, because otherwise the clean water will send little bits into the machine, and again the machine won't work properly. So if you're having problems and the machine isn't pouring out proper clean water, it means that that filter could be clogged up. I'll pop this back, and I always have problems with this because I'm impatient.